My name's Nolan. I'm on a journey to go from nurse to full-time in music. And I have a plan to get there that involves a variety of essential goals. Just check out my first video to hear all about this. Because my dream is to perform Sweet Victory at the largest sports venue in town. In my last video, I got healthier, fixed my basement, and finished this studio live room. But in today's video, I'm gonna jump into a very practical aspect of doing music full time. Performing. So for that, I'm gonna be heading to Boston with a John Mayer tribute band, playing with a guitar legend in a gig unlike anything I've ever done before. Alright, so I've been to Boston once before. I rented a car and I figured out really quickly what not to do in Boston. So this time I'm gonna do what you really should do before you take any trip. Familiarize yourself with the community and culture. Boston is a land of history, education, revolution, sports, and delicious eats. So to prepare, try some Dunkin' Donuts. Throw tea into a body of water. Get a pair of socks. Because people love these things over there. And now that we're all ready for Boston, let's spend a minute talking about what's actually happening here. My friend Jordan is more than a little bit John Mayer obsessed. So he started a tribute band, I think so that he can get a taste of what it's like to be John Mayer, and to honor the talent of a man who he would fight the armies of Mordor with. And a while back, he asked me to fill in on keys for one of the gigs. Now, I'm not really John Mayer level, but I apparently pulled it off, so I've been Mr. Piano Man for the group ever since. And we've played a couple city winery gigs, so he got the hookup for us to travel to the town where John Mayer essentially began. You see, John temporarily went to Berklee School of Music before he left to try to do full-time music his way. And very soonly, his unique and flavorful musical style took off in the music scene like a Boston cream pie.
Oh, yeah.
So, he's done a few things in the place, and he's pretty well liked there. Thus, taking the opportunity to experience this trip and do this show was an absolute no-brainer for me. And I promise you, it only gets better from here. Let's get to it.
All right, it's 6:30 in the morning, and just got ready. I've got my socks on, and I'm about to head to the airport. This is going to be interesting because I've never vlogged like this before, but let's get to it.
Things started out great. Other than not having enough gas to make it to the airport, I met up with our drummer Sean, and we made it through the airport swimmingly. Now, this was the first gig I've ever been flown in for, so that was pretty cool on Jordan's part. While we waited, some lady needed to use the bathroom. She asked us to watch her super cute dog, which was awesome. We then boarded our flight and began our short trip in the air to Boston. I would have taken the trip just for the snacks. I love those little cracker things. And of course, I was handed some Dunkin'. Sean and I had some great conversation, and after a quick Q&A, what are you most excited about?
Doing the tea party. No, playing, being in Boston.
That's it?
Gig. And this comically large microphone.
We very shortly arrived and had a no-problem descent into Boston. Jordan, with his good friend Ryan, picked us up from the airport. We headed for some lunch, and then it was time to rehearse. And the old church vibes in Boston were just what we needed to get into a groove. After I played on this old piano, we got things set up and got right to it. And things were going great. I perfectly set up my phone at a plant nearby and captured a little bit of the session. But as great as things were going, I couldn't help but think about how we were going to have to play with a master guitarist the next day, and hadn't practiced with him at all. But I let go of those fears. We wrapped things up and made our way out for some dinner and sightseeing. The city was beautiful at night, and we really had a lot of fun together. The energy and history were super palpable, and I was feeling really excited about the next day. Day 2 was likely to be one of the best days yet. We had a little time before the gig, so I spent some time reading, and then Sean and I made our way downtown for a little exploration. We started at the grave sites of Paul Revere, Sam Adams, and John Hancock, and Sean awesomely started taking some pictures of his son's toy on the adventure. We walked from City Hall to the Boston Tea Party exhibit, and then all the way down to Fenway Park where we met up with Jordan. And after getting a little lunch and doing a little more exploration, we made our way to City Winery for the gig. Now, I totally forgot to record most of the unpacking and setup because it's a lot of work. But once the incredible musicians we were going to play with that day showed up, we got a short rehearsal in and things were sounding amazing. But I was still feeling pretty nervous because rehearsing's one thing, but we still had to play the live show. And when you play John Mayer with a group of incredible musicians and a master guitarist, spontaneity and impromptu moments are all part of it. But after a little fun downtime together, it was time to go. People had arrived, and my pits were sweating. We started to play. And the nerves had me missing a few notes here and there. But honestly, we were having fun, and things were going great. The second half of the show was where the rubber was really going to meet the road, though. It was at this moment when our master guitarist finally made his way out onto the stage.
We have a very, very, very special guest this evening.
None other than Tomo Fujita. And for those of you who don't play guitar and maybe don't know who that is, Tomo has been a teacher at Berklee School of Music for 32 years. He's a guitarist who cares about the details and a really great dude. And one of his most prominent pupils was John Mayer himself. We dug in and started to play like this was the Bikini Bottom Bubble Bowl. And some of the most epic moments of the night happened. Our sax player Trace went off. Jordan's dreams came true and he went face to face soloing with Tomo. And we had so much fun, making memories and playing a show unlike anything I'd ever done before. The night ended, I dabbed up my new friend Tomo, and after some conversation and cleanup, we made our way back to our Airbnb for some much needed rest. It was an early morning to make it out before rush hour traffic, and as we drove home, I started to reflect on everything I'd experienced. And here's what I landed on. We all have a story. Boston certainly has a story, and those stories matter. They resonate in the reality of our need for connection, hope, and a hero. So care for others. Love those around you. Be a good friend and have a little fun along the way. And lastly, to quote not just a master guitarist, but a master teacher who cares deeply about the growth of others and has proved it over 32 years. Don't worry. Don't compare. Don't expect too fast. And be kind to yourself. Thank you so much for watching. If you could like this video or subscribe to my channel, that would really help me out. Definitely check out and pick up some of Tomo's merch. And just go to the Still Feel Like Your Band Instagram page to see more footage from the show. Keep rolling, and I'll catch you on the next one.